let's make a Bigfoot themed food truck, guys.
That'd be
They're
awesome, like just for
like
Phenomenon.
you walk out.
Hello and welcome back to the Let's Hang podcast. Again, I'm gonna assume to be your favorite podcast since you came back. Today, I'm here normally with my buddy Jack.
What's up?
Along with myself. But today we got a super cool special guest who I think you'd love to meet. His name's Nathan and he's to my left.
Sorry for that wheeze. Jack drops.
Jack just dropped our whole chord
up.
system.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Bro, that's
All
2 to
right.
1.
All right,
It's
all right.
2-1.
So Jack,
Are you gonna argue with a guest?
I'm not gonna argue with a guest.
Wait,
That's what I
is
thought.
that the plan?
No, that's
Okay, we're
the
gonna
next
argue
one.
with him
That's what the
eventually.
Eventually.
So what are we doing today, Jack?
We are going to be interviewing the Nathan.
Does he have a nickname?
Yeah.
What is it?
What do people call you?
You got some Dr. Pepper on your lip.
You
Stop
can get that.
sexually harassing the
I
guest.
did it!
They call me,
Bro.
No, I have no friends. I have no friends. I lied to you.
So they call you like the tribal name. No friends.
What the F was that? That wasn't even funny, dude.
it's
That was
hilarious.
just bad.
It was dry. It was dry comedy. It was dry.
It's so dry that no one laughed.
I laughed, and that's all that matters.
All right, all right.
Okay.
My joy.
So I understand from knowing you and talking to other people about you that you are a conspiracy theorist.
Nerd.
Tell me your big conspiracy. I want to hear it. Come on, you know it.
Come on,
I don't know.
What is on your hat?
What's on
right
your
now?
hat?
That's not a conspiracy.
Okay, well,
Okay,
tell us
okay.
what you believe.
That's just the truth.
But tell us your truth.
Okay, so my truth.
Your truth.
My truth is that
Tell me your
I
13
come onto a
reasons.
podcast. They go, "You dance for a silly little clown boy."
So that's your nickname.
Yeah,
Clown boy.
Clown boy. All right.
Jester. What were you saying?
Okay, so I am into the subjects of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I've also done like research with aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
Any cryptid or paranormal ghosts, all that type of stuff. I like
Yeah.
Okay.
it. I like it.
All right. You like it?
Which one's your favorite?
Yeah. Which one's your favorite? Which one's
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Yeah. No. Okay.
I'm wearing a Bigfoot hat.
And
And a necklace.
And a necklace.
And a cock ring. What? Anyway.
I'm not. I want to put that out there. I'm actually not.
He's not wearing a cock. Yes, he is. I wouldn't be wearing a cock ring because I'm not like him, but he is. Anyway, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I can't say that. How old are you?
Hey, pull this finger.
Okay.
All right. That had
I
venom in it.
farted.
Anyway, how
I'm
old are
18.
you?
I'm 18.
Oh. Bro,
How old are you?
16. How old are you, Jack?
I'm 16 as well.
This is
You
been
weren't the
awkward.
clown on me, weren't you, dog? I'm an adult.
You are 16,
Are you?
sir. Bro, Nathan, why'd you have to let it rip like that?
Like what, Rip?
Okay. So, Jack, what other questions do you have for him? Since
Um,
I'm doing
so-
this raw and he's
So
not.
a while ago, I understand
Okay.
that you went to a what's it called? Like a kind of like Comic Con, but for
You're talking about Phenomicon?
yeah,
Yeah,
Phenomicon.
Okay, so Phenomicon
Te-
is a
you know what, just tell us
conference
about it.
in Utah.
Yeah.
It's in Vernal, Utah. It's basically they get a bunch of speakers from all different fields. So last year there was a lot of ghost people because the Bigfoot cruise was going or whatever. So a lot of Bigfoot people were there. They did have Bigfoot people. They had ghost hunters. They had treasure hunters. People talking about giants, stuff like that.
Okay. Did you have fun?
Yeah,
No.
I freaking love it.
Yeah. Going to the experience?
It's so I really like that entire scene. I like to look at how many just insane people there are that totally do crack.
But you're not insane, right?
But you're not insane yourself,
Okay, okay.
right?
Uh-uh.
No crack, nothing.
Not yet.
Not
What?
yet, not yet. Okay.
What? Okay.
So, what was the main reason you went there? Well, you just told us a whole bunch of reasons, but
Mhm.
were you going there for Bigfoot, or were you just going there for just an overall general?
I just like it all. It's basically a real life podcast. You just sit down, listen to someone speak for an hour and a half, get up, go talk around. There's vendors. They're selling. Oh, let's make a Bigfoot themed food truck, guys.
That'd be
They're
awesome, like just for
like
Phenomenon.
you walk out.
Did you get a
No.
Bigfoot corn dog?
You probably could, but
That'd be sick.
a lot of the food vendors are just actual humans.
Question: I was talking like corn dog shaped in the.
Yeah, no. Like they're not like, oh, let's make a Bigfoot themed food truck, guys.
That'd be
They're
awesome, like just for
like
Phenomenon.
you walk out and it's like, there's
Full-on hot
Mexican
dogs?
food there. There's
Okay.
hot dogs there. There's a hamburger joint there, and they're all just little food trucks. My favorite was the coffee food truck thing.
Mm.
It was called D's Nuts.
Yeah.
So I got a Bigfoot, a cup that has Bigfoot engraved in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is stuff Bigfoot themed.
Well,
Yeah.
you asked food.
No, yeah, you asked for the food.
Then
This
you
is
just
cup.
said it's a food truck.
This is cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
this
they
is
could
the
sell
coffee
merch.
cup.
I'm gonna beat you off.
This is a coffee cup with a Bigfoot engraved on it, and it says D's Nuts. And I thought it was hilarious.
That is.
It was. It was.
That
Thank
is
you.
funny as.
It is. So, playing on the theory of your sources, right? For that, how do you differentiate between a credible source and a non-credible source?
So that's very complicated.
Yeah,
We got time.
when we bring you on here for one in the future where you're arguing with somebody,
So
they're gonna ask you for your sources, right?
So we can go to people like Dr. Jeff Meldrum from Idaho State University. He studies feet. He literally knows
Does he have a
all
fetish?
about that. No. He has a bunch of casts. He's able to look at them and determine if they were made by a actual creature or if they were made using a cardboard cutout or this or that. He can tell what's real and what's not just because of the impact and how structure is built. Because you don't realize how much of your structure can be seen through your foot.
Yeah.
What was very interesting is he was looking at this, these Bigfoot casts as kind of like a, haha, let's see what this is all about, like kind of as a joke to kind of disprove everything.
Yeah.
The issue is he found proper structure that we find in more ancient civilizations and like Homo genus.
Yeah.
One of those main things is called a mid-tarsal break. I'm not going to try to explain it because I'm
Yeah.
not a scientist.
I remember you trying to explain that.
Yeah, it's so hard to explain.
It didn't go well. So wasn't it that the foot like breaks in half? and then it
I
comes
still
back
don't
together?
fully like understand it. I know its name. I know that we cannot physically walk like that because of our structure, our bone structure. But what's interesting is the Patterson-Gimlin film, which was filmed in 1967 in Bluff Creek, California. That's the most famous run with the Bigfoot walking
Yeah.
insurance. You know?
Oh
that one?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Jeff Meldrum, after finding this consistency in a lot of these casts, went back and got the casts taken from that video,
Yeah.
and he found the mid-tarsal break in that cast, which means whatever that thing was couldn't have been replicated using cardboard or any of that, and can't be replicated using human feet. So whatever that foot was had to either A, be a real creature, or B, some hicks who filmed it, who were both rodeo people, somehow knew the bone structure of humans and other Homo sapien, homogeneous creatures from way back when, before the internet was a big thing where you could literally have all of the information at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's believe what you want to believe. I'd rather believe that there's more to this reality. I mean,
Yeah.
our own government came out recently saying that UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon,
Yeah.
is real.
Yeah. I heard about that one.
They had the whistleblower. David Grush came out recently being like last summer.
That's okay.
He was with the UAP task force, which we knew about a little bit after. And he said that there is a lot that the government isn't telling us, and he is following all the rules so he doesn't end up in prison. He was in front of Congress. He was specifically using wording. He wasn't using extraterrestrial. He was using any form, because there is ideas that it's not extraterrestrial, it's interdimensional, or it's from this planet, or stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I've never really looked into anything like that, and I was just wondering
Mhm.
how you change your theory or get
And
your
then
evidence and stuff.
there's a lot of vocal calls that you can hear. There's the Ohio Howl. That's the classic siren kind of sounding one. The
Yeah.
one that goes up, peaks, and then goes down.
Mhm.
And is held for a very long time. I believe that one was captured by Matt Moneymaker.
Good name.
Yeah.
Good name. Does he make money?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, or he does.
Moneymaker.
Or he
All
does.
right.
I'm not a huge fan of him. He was the one off of Finding Bigfoot. Finding Bigfoot. I don't recommend that as like a good show to watch for Bigfoot. It's fun entertainment. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to make
But
a show.
they're out in the woods with a whole camera crew with a bunch of people being
So
like,
it's
we're
like
gonna catch something. No, you're not.
what's it called? The guy that stays out in the wild and survives out in the wild, but actually doesn't. What's his name?
I have no idea.
He's like the
Not
the survival-
Survivor Man.
Because
Because that dude's real. That
the
dude's real.
survival expert guy.
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
is the fake one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because like off camera, he'll just go and eat a sandwich.
Mhm.
From a
Les
scene.
Stroud is the real Survivor Man. He's the real deal.
I only know that because Shaq said he made him eat the stomach muscles, and then
Okay.
when the camera turned off, he got a sandwich.
That's okay.
But they're kind of meh.
Not your favorite show?
It won't
Not
pick
my
up.
favorite
Don't
show.
worry.
Then you got stuff like the Sierra Sounds. These guys went out into the middle of the Sierra where you can't make it out there with a car or anything. They
Yeah.
went days in on horseback and stuff, and they're capturing what they call samurai chatter, because it sounds like a foreign language, and it's kind of racist, I guess, in a sense, to call it samurai chatter. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like,
But he doesn't.
it's the
you don't mean-
racist.
yeah, you don't mean it.
It's not. I don't know.
But you
It's just
personally
the
don't
term
mean
that
it.
Yes.
they have for it.
It's just a
how
term they use.
Yeah, it's a term they use for it. I don't think it's actually racist, but it's like
It
sounds like the
yeah.
fake samurais in movies, the
Yeah.
ones that are like, oh, rah, 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 you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what it is. You hear literally what sounds like chimpanzees and stuff in the middle of the woods of North America.
Oh.
So either A, they're out there being weird as frick, Or
which can happen, but
B, there's something out there making those noises. They also capture a lot of it on recording. And so they
Yeah.
have these sounds, they analyze these sounds, and they find out that a lot of these vocalizations cannot be hit by humans, and it really doesn't sound like the ranges that it's in. Sorry, I'm burping.
it's alright.
Good, Mike.
The ranges that it's in there are animals that can get in that ranges, but it's not noises that those animals would make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. So,
But yeah, that's very interesting. I didn't know there was stuff like that out there, or experiments getting held like that. I have a few questions to run by you, but like different theories, different
Okay.
conspiracy theories.
I got a quick question. Real quick.
I'll let him go.
So in the when you're talking about Phenomenon,
Mhm.
which is probably a really dumb question what I'm about to ask,
Mhm.
but you said treasure hunters. Are those like people who get like a weird map, is like the Goonies type stuff, or what?
Kinda.
What do they do?
So,
Because
it's what it sounds like. There's these tales of blah 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 blah, and so they're
Oh.
hunting for it.
Oh, so
like
like
the Holy Grail or something like that, or
Almost,
King
but kind of
Tut's
like
tomb
less.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that
So
on
the
a
grave
lesser
robbers.
scale. Lesser scale.
Grave
Oh,
robbers.
okay.
They're like, there's this story of this native tribe who was buried with all this stuff because they were very like materialistic and stuff, and they're like trying to find these like locations that they've heard of. And by treasure hunter, I mean like one dude, his whole thing was he would travel around the world and find currency.
Yeah.
Like he had Roman coins and Greek and like all these
Oh,
different currencies from all the different times. Like, it was really cool. He brought him there.
Okay.
You could tell he definitely did not know what he signed up for because he was like, what the?
Yeah.
Well, he was there, but he had like cool currency.
That's kind of cool.
That is actually kind of cool.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's a lot more
Yeah, that's
down to earth than I thought it was going to
Yeah, and then I want to specify too. I brought up giants. I'm not talking about
like giants from myth and stuff like that.
we're
like
not
that.
talking about like 20 foot,
Yeah.
40 foot. We're talking about like
be. 9.
6, 7 foot tall humans, maybe 8.
Well, I mean, LeBron
Because
James is 6'9".
It's very reasonable, but what we're talking about are these ancient tribes,
oh,
these
so you
ancient
mean like
civilizations that were classed as giants because the normal height for somebody is freaking 5 feet, 4
Yeah.
feet back then, and then they see this dude who's 7 foot tall. You're gonna call that dude a giant.
So you're talking like a group of people that are
They're just bigger than most,
Yeah.
Those are
and it's
big
not
boys.
that hard to believe when you think of like, you ever met a Samoan dude?
Yeah, dude.
Most of
I know.
them are
I know.
giants,
I know
right?
a huge one. I know a huge
like
guy.
yeah.
God.
You're like, that dude's a giant. That's what they mean. So when I talk about giants, I'm not talking about wearing like leather covering their junk, walking around with a giant club.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just like
Big.
tall people.
Yeah.
And these tribes got hunted a lot because they were like, these guys are crazy because if you're taller, you got more strength, you're faster, you
Yeah.
got more reach, you're just superior.
Yeah, you're a superior.
Especially back when everything wasn't like, oh man, you're tall, I pull out a gun and shoot you.
Exactly.
It's like, oh man, you're tall, you can catch me in a second if I miss my first shot with my bow and arrow, and you can stab
Yeah.
me with a knife.
Exactly, yeah.
That makes sense.
My question is that I'm just gonna run a few conspiracy theories by you. Sorry. Back to the ancient civilizations. I watched a Joe Rogan podcast where they were talking about an ancient civilization that was buried during the Ice Age. That was
that dude, I hate him.
like that was just as advanced as us or more.
No,
I don't think it's plausible.
no, I don't. I personally don't. I think.
Because I don't think
Did you watch the one where he debates the actual guy or just him alone?
No, the one where he debates another guy.
The other guy destroys him.
Yeah, he does.
It's I don't know. It's I think he's right on the fact that
There was
we don't know all the civilizations.
Exactly,
But saying it's just as advanced or whatever, I
Yeah.
think that ancient civilizations were more advanced in other ways that we don't recognize because
Yeah.
it's problems we fixed.
exactly.
They had to get around stuff. We don't have the same creatures that they do. They had whack animals. There was a whole species of, I think it's lion or bear, I can't remember right now.
Oh,
that
yeah, the-
Rome made extinct.
Yeah, exactly.
We never had to deal with that type of bear.
Yeah,
But Rome did.
exactly.
Those people did. So they probably were more advanced in their way of dealing with certain things than
Yeah.
we had to be because
Ye-
we fixed the issue or it disappeared.
My problem with it is that he mentions that they were just as technologically
Mm-mm.
as advanced as I'm like
I
come
feel
on.
like we'd have to have some sort of thing. They didn't get that technologically advanced and leave no evidence behind, no writings, no nothing.
Exactly, and his argument was just like we haven't uncovered the desert or the Antarctica or something like that.
And we literally can with scans and everything.
Exactly.
Like the other dude
Yeah,
explained it.
Yeah, the other dude
Go
explained
listen
it.
to that episode.
Yeah,
he
and
destroys
the
it.
episode just turns into the one dude with this conspiracy theory just insulting the other guy.
Yeah, getting really mad.
Exactly. My other conspiracy theory,
Mhm.
which some people will live and die by, is the Skinwalkers. Skinwalker Ranch. You ever heard of them? What
I met
what is
those
your
guys.
what
At
is your
Phenomenon.
Were they chill like that?
were they chill or
So, Travis Taylor,
yeah,
the main dude on the show,
exactly.
he's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Nah, he sucks.
Yeah.
He showed up, gave his talk, left immediately, wouldn't talk to anybody, wouldn't get pictures with anybody, wouldn't sign anything. He sucked. He was
Yeah.
rude.
So he just came
the
there
entire
to,
time he was very aggressive, like, if you come to the ranch, blah, 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 like, very aggressive. And I'm like, dude, we're paying
money.
We're paying money to come listen to you speak.
Yeah.
How about you say something cool rather than yelling at us about going to the ranch when none of us are clearly going to the ranch if we're here, paying to meet you.
Exactly.
Dragon, he's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Which is weird because on the show he's kind of like, oh my goodness, right?
Yeah.
But in real life, that dude is the coolest man I've
Really chill.
like. Very nice, very friendly, very funny. He was standing by the front entrance greeting guests. He was, hey guys, welcome. I'm so glad you made it to this day of Phenomenon. It was awesome. He was taking photos. He was talking, having genuine conversation. He's just a normal dude. He was like joking, oh, do you want a smile or do you want Dragon, the grumpy guy from TV? Because he said that he tried to be himself on TV and it just cost him screen time.
Yeah. That's kind of how TV is. Do you believe that there are skinwalkers just roaming? So there's tales back when the Indians were around, or the Native Americans.
I believe that, I don't know, skinwalkers and all that stuff creeps me out.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think if they're stalking you and shape-shifting and stuff is...
I think that there's a lot more witchcraft and all that stuff is real. Ghosts, demons, all that.
That's what I was about to get into the next time, because...
But I want to clarify something with Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
So, Skinwalker Ranch was named after the ridge above there.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. But basically, the only story of the Skinwalker that I've heard from that ranch is back before Bigelow bought it. Because that's who, oh my goodness, what's his name? Brandon Fugel bought it from. He bought it from Bigelow. Bigelow is an aerospace company, everything. That dude's like very rich.
Oh, rich. Like a...
Well,
yeah.
The Shermans, I believe. Sorry, I'm very like trying to remember all the names. They were just ranchers. They bought this giant ranch out there. They were ranching, and they had weird crap happening. Cattle mutilations. One day they leave, and 2 prize bulls go disappearing, and they can't find them. And finally, they find them locked up in a shed. Locked. The shed was locked.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you get 2?
I don't know. Or like just locked.
Maybe
somehow.
not just too much.
Like,
I don't know.
Just like an actual
how do you
lock
get
so they
2
can't
bulls
get out.
into a shed? And they're just in there.
That is a great question.
They had enough. They sold it to Bigelow. The only story that I've heard of a skinwalker on that ranch was, and I don't even know if all the stories I've heard is true
About skinwalkers?
about Skinwalker Ranch and everything and all that. They go out there. There's a wolf or a giant coyote. One or the other. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And the man shoots it. He's like, dude, we got to get rid of this predator on my ranch because it's going to eat my animals. So he shoots it, and it sits down. He goes, he gets a bigger gun, he shoots it again, and it just stands up and walks away.
That's fine.
So personally, I'm getting out of there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that story's true.
You'll come to know that.
It.
You'll come to know that I'm a pussy when it comes to those things. I'm getting out of there, dog.
Yeah, I would too. But
that's fair thing to do.
That's another thing I'm gonna say. I like everything. I'm gonna wanna believe the stories more than I'm not going to because it's fun.
Yeah.
But when you're genuinely looking at this stuff, take everything with a grain of salt. People are gonna lie. People are gonna make up crazy
cash grabs.
Yeah, and all that. With a lot of it is people who are in the scene who like love Bigfoot, love this, love that. They get really hooked to the idea of like, oh, I really want an encounter. So they lie. They say, yeah, I'm just like everyone else who has an encounter. I had one. And they lie because they want to fit in so much.
Yeah. And
so I feel like a lot of reports can be fake, probably are fake, but it's those few that can't be explained away that you're like, hey, now what's going on?
Exactly.
Something's out there. Something's not right.
This leads into my next question.
Mhm.
You've mentioned this conspiracy theory, or it's a belief.
Mm-hmm.
Ghosts, right, or the paranormal, demons.
100%.
Yeah, exactly, right. Now, how do you? Let me grab my question real quick. It's hard to word.
Well, I got a real quick question.
Yeah.
How much was it to get into Phenomicon? If
I
you
can't
don't mind.
remember the actual like number,
Oh, okay.
but we bought 4-day passes. It's only 4 days long. That was, I think, like 200-300 maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that doesn't seem
And
too
then
bad.
I helped pay for the hotel because I go with my uncle, my dad, and my cousin. And the only one who's not into it is my cousin, but he tags along because he's like, it's a boys' trip.
He gets
Um,
FOMO.
yeah.
FOMO.
What does FOMO mean?
If you're not there, you kind of feel like you're missing out on something that's not really happening.
Okay.
It's like if I were to go over to Nathan's house and all we did was sleep, and
Yeah.
say Wyatt was like,
What the heck, guys?
he was like, "What the heck, guys? Why didn't you invite me?" Like he's acting like he missed out. FOMO.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was only a couple hundred. It's enough that if I went by myself, I can
Yeah.
buy the ticket, but I don't think I could afford the hotel and everything and the food
Okay.
completely by myself. If I had
Yeah.
to pay for the hotel, I couldn't afford the food because I'm
What do
only
you think?
18.
Yeah.
That's-
I ain't
see where you're
making a
coming
lot
from.
of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for answering that question.
Mhm.
Clarifying that all up.
We could go if you want. I'm not going this year.
I can go with you next year, though. I mean,
I'd be down.
I'd be down to go with you next year.
It'd be
Okay,
a fun
so
experience.
back to the demons, ghosts, paranormal.
Mhm.
What impact do you think social media has on the beliefs of the paranormal or the
I
demons?
think
Because does it make it
I think a
more
lot.
plausible, or do you think it makes it faker? Because we have all these TV shows,
So
YouTube channels.
I
all
think
this.
there's a lot of fake again with it's a cash grab, right?
Yeah.
Bigfoot itself, ghosts itself, aliens itself. That idea is a
Mhm.
multi-million-dollar idea.
Yeah.
You can make so much money off of it. Go
yeah.
anywhere. Go
There's-
anywhere, any gift shop, there's bound to be something.
Yeah, I recently, well, not recently, last year went to Zach Baggins, which I know
I hate that.
you don't like him. I went to his museum. Where
him Zach Douchebaggins. Oh.
Hey, real quick.
yeah.
What's your issue with Zach Baggins?
it's just so he
I wanna know
fakes a
his.
lot. He fakes a lot.
So Zach Baggins, there's a show called
Ghost Adventures.
oh my goodness, Fear something.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I don't know the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
yeah, they're on YouTube now. They couldn't say who it was, but it was obviously Zach Baggins. Basically, they started getting really popular, and Zach took them off the network because he doesn't want people.
Yeah.
He has
He's-
a monopoly on the network.
He makes a lot of money.
He makes them a lot of money, which means he has a say in what can be on and what can't be on that network because he holds a lot of power saying, I'm going to move to this one or this one. And because he makes so much money for those people. So he is very much into himself. He does a lot of stuff. I don't know, the like haunted museum where he has like the devil box and all this and the staircase from that one place and
Yeah.
those things I do think hold truth to him.
Yeah.
I think a lot of his haunted stuff could hold truth to him.
Mhm.
I don't doubt that he has encountered ghosts or demons or anything. But if you go there, he's like, people faint, people feel this. He pumps smells into the rooms.
Yeah.
Each room is a different temperature. No wonder people faint because they go from a really cold room to a really hot room. He does stuff like that to kind of trick people. I don't like his show because everything's a demon. Everything's evil. Everything's after you. And so people think there's a lot of demons when in reality, I do believe that most are ghosts. Most are deceased humans who just haven't passed on or something. I don't
Yeah.
really understand that. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah. I know from personal experience that like my grandma's really into Ghost Adventures.
Mhm, mhm.
So she's watched all of it. All of it. It's a
And
lot.
it's entertaining.
It's
I'll
entertaining.
give you that. It's
So-
entertaining.
What I think is it's like a 50-50. 50% of it's real it has some truth to it, and the other 50% is like they make it. They make
Whoa,
it. Yeah,
whoa.
they overreact.
Yeah, I like the Taps team. Have you ever heard of them? I think
Mm.
it's Ghost Hunters. I can't remember.
Oh
right now.
yeah, he
Um,
branched off from Zach, or was he on his team? Who's is it?
So it's Taps. It is Jason, and there's another dude. I can't remember his name right now. He branched off to be with his family and everything because he was
Yeah.
leaving so much to go hunting. Taps has a great show. For the first couple seasons, the network now is like, oh, you can't. They took a lot of their episodes away, being like, no, because you didn't get anything or you debunked too much. That's what they did. They would go into an area, they would see if it was actually haunted, and they would debunk stuff.
Yeah.
So electromagnetic field is used a lot with ghost hunting.
Yeah.
It can also make you feel dizzy or lightheaded or feel weird because humans, we have electricity that runs through us and stuff. Not a lot and everything, but it.
All right. Sorry, mic cut out. Go ahead, continue, Nathan.
So, as I was saying, these electromagnetic fields can actually affect us and everything, and so they go through and they'd find areas where people were dizzy or this or that, and they were like, "Oh, we can debunk it because this is here or this is here." With doors slamming, that can happen with the air temperatures and stuff being different, whatever. They could figure out stuff like, oh, if I step on this specific floorboard, it makes a bang in this other room in this super old house because the houses are weird. And so they would go through and they debunk a lot of stuff. Then the stuff that they couldn't debunk is what they would class as their evidence.
Evidence, yeah.
And then a lot of it, they were like, it doesn't seem to be aggressive. I don't think it is. If more stuff happens, we can always come back and try to reinvestigate it. Very few episodes actually had times where they were like, this entity is aggressive, it's bad,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So they ended up looking and sounding more real than the other guy.
More authentic.
100%.
Okay, so that one you believe in a lot more than the
reason
other
why
guy.
the reason why Zach is so successful and stuff is just that he
Whoa!
he just overhyped stuff.
And a lot of people eat that up. They want. There were full on episodes where they'd walk through this house all night long, and you'd watch this 45-minute episode, 30-minute episode for them to go, we got nothing. We got nothing in this.
Yeah.
It might just be us, but we got nothing, so we can't say anything. For our evidence, for our crew, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
But if you want us to reinvestigate, try to get something more, always let us know. And that's what I liked about them.
Yeah.
Is they didn't BS their way through it.
Yeah. Zach Baggins' crew kind of does it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think they have found some real stuff.
Yeah.
They go to a lot of places, and not just in the U.S., but they'll go all around, which I like. Which is gonna sound crazy because most YouTubers kind of get debunked for, oh, they're faking it. I kind of like Sam and Kobe.
I've never watched them.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
They just, I don't know. It kind of seems more real because they released the uncut version of what they were recording and stuff.
So
I
it's just like 7 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 hours. Super long of their recording.
Yeah, something else super long.
Yeah, I just, what is your opinion on, like you mentioned that not all ghosts are angry or demonic. So in those situations, what would you look for to show you whether or not they're demonic?
I think a lot of it has to do with like, if they're aggressive, what they're doing, their type of activity. You go like to the Sally house. The Sally house is very creepy to me because this entity was showing itself as a little girl. It act very sweet towards the wife and stuff, but the husband was getting very different messages. He was getting hurt. He was starting to feel very aggressive, very angry. They can mess with emotions. Their whole thing, if they're demonic and everything, is to get to you, to make you do something, to be a demon, right?
Oh, yeah, to push you over the edge.
Where a lot of ghosts are just existing, if they're not that.
So,
Like
sorry.
there are different types of haunts. So there's a residual haunt.
I know Poltergeist is one of them.
A residual haunt is like, if I'm getting this right, I might get it backwards because I haven't.
Yeah, you're not a.
I worked a 55-hour week. Okay, you gotta give me.
He's
He's only human.
He's only human,
I'm only human.
or
So
he's an alien.
What?
One of the two.
because I'm
My
so
aunt's an
smart and
alien.
handsome. So a residual haunt is something that kind of happens over and over and over, the same situation over and over. It's not intelligent. The other one's intelligent haunt. It knows what's going on. It can interact. Where residual is just a moment in time being replayed. So like battlefields have a lot of residual haunts because the energy and everything going on was so strong that there's scenes being played back from that time in history, from the Civil War, World War II, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's been reports of a residual haunt in the Colosseum, where they hear chariots or they hear people screaming because people are getting slaughtered in there. There's a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah, the arenas were,
Uh-huh.
or the Colosseum was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the equipment of hauntings,
Your mic
I
fell.
knew you didn't
What?
fix that. I knew that was gonna fall again.
what type of equipment do you think actually is
So
plausible? Because I know the spirit box, the EMF detector, and stuff like that.
So you can get an audio recorder. They're supposed to be able to pick up that type of stuff. You got the spirit boxes; those go through the radios. They're supposed to be able to go and then pick up the voices or whatever.
Wait,
the
they go through the radio?
Yeah, they go through a bunch of different radios, and then when the spirit talks, it uses the radio because they are supposed to be able to affect electronics and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so they use that to speak, in a sense, is kind of the idea. With that stuff, you always have to be like, okay, what's actually going on? It has to be, in my mind, I want it to be quick, immediate, making sense responses, because you're going to get words that come through just from it going through a bunch of different radio stations at once.
Amount of
And so if you hear a word and you go, oh my goodness, blah, 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 well, how long did it take till it replied? Or did it even make sense to what you asked?
Yeah, were you saying, like, what kind of food did you enjoy? And it's like, TV.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. So,
And then there's another one with lights. They take flashlights that you just tap and turn on and off.
Sam and Kobe uses like cat balls, so you have to actually touch.
So that type of stuff, it has to be quick. It has to be accurate. It can't be like...
You can't be like, oh, remote control, and just click it on or something.
Yeah, it has to be blah, 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 blah. I think the best is video and audio recordings.
Okay.
They do have the little laser one where they can get like shadows and stuff. Definitely some of the creepiest stuff I've seen is I think it's Mr. No Face, Sir No Face, Sir something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That one's creepy. It might be fake. If it's fake, it's still really creepy.
Yeah.
I applaud them for being creepy.
Can you explain what a typical video is for him? Does it just like
so
go through?
You can like see stuff move, or
like shadows or something like
shadow figures. Oh my goodness,
an orb or something.
Like went blank. I don't like orbs because it can be dust. It really can be.
Like what about like a glowing
orbs?
Like a glowing, like there's nobody in the room. It just
a random ball of light.
That's a bit different. That's like what's that?
But some people like go to like a haunted place and they'll be like in the attic or something. They'll be like, "Oh my gosh!"
With a flashlight.
Yeah, there's orbs all around me.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you're like, okay, dude.
That's some dust.
A full body apparition. That's what I was thinking of. You can catch full body apparitions. Those are very, very rare.
What are they? Sorry,
full body apparitions.
Well, this is gonna help us.
You see their full body.
Okay, so it's like just a full
head
person.
to toe. It looks like a person, but they're see through. They make no sound. They walk. You're like, what the heck? Or they're just, And a lot of time you can maybe get a shadow person that doesn't really count as a full body because you can't really make out any features.
Yeah.
Or it's just like part of their body, like their head or their shoulder, their foot, or
Okay.
Yeah. This is gonna help us because we have plans to go to haunted places all over America.
That's creepy.
That's very creepy.
Bro, just don't be
And
safe.
we hope you will join for
Just
at
don't be
least a
afraid.
few of them.
Mhm.
We're gonna call it our haunted tour.
Just don't be afraid.
But we just wanted your opinion on how you would deal with these, or like what's
I
your
wouldn't-
do's and don'ts. Say
Don't
we're into
welcome
like
anything. Don't tempt it. Don't welcome it.
yeah,
Don't
so like
be like, hey,
so like
what's up,
say we go to a
guys?
haunted asylum that's
Uh-huh. Mhm.
known for like they've seen like random nurses or something like a
Mhm.
psychiatric patient.
So, of course, you're not going to want to welcome anything to attach itself. I wouldn't recommend trying to conjure anything.
So like no
what is-
seances.
What does
No.
conjure mean?
Bro.
Like, bring something in.
So like say
So,
say like you know those like
the reason
circles, Sammy?
the reason that like an Ouija board or the circles or stuff is so dangerous in people's mind isn't because the board itself is connected to demons or this or that. It's we've connected it to that so much that when you use that, you're welcoming that type of thing in. You
Okay.
welcome it in.
Yeah, it will follow you
Even if
home.
it's subconscious, you can get things that will attach to you and follow you home. I would always try to be as respectful as you can. Just try to walk around, ask questions, do your research, see if there's names or anything, so you can call out specific people like, "Hey, are you still here? If you can, do this." A lot of time they can use energy to knock on things. So if you do like a theme like dun 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 dun, and then you wait, can you finish this tune? And they'll maybe boom.
Okay.
Because I know knocks, claps, and stuff like that. The 3 knocks signifies either the devil's here or God has left the room, type of thing, right? What would be your thing if, like, say, hey, we're not getting anything? We're gonna do like a minor séance, type of thing. How would you deal with it afterwards?
I just wouldn't fucking mess with it.
Yeah.
So if
say
you're
it's
not
better.
getting anything, that's a sign.
that's a
That's
sign,
a sign.
right?
That means there's nothing there that night. I think spirits can move through. Nothing wants to interact with you. Don't force it. Because if you force it, you're welcoming things in. And I personally believe that when you welcome things in, that's when demons and demonic things are going to try to attach to you. Because that's their whole thing. You have to
say no. You got to learn to.
Yeah, you have to, and if stuff starts happening that's going too far, like scratches, burns,
Bites.
anything like that.
Yeah, anything
Genuinely, I would, if you're religious or not, for some reason, a lot of people pray it disappears, or they say, in the name of Jesus Christ, leave me alone, stuff like that, right? And I would say something like that and get out.
Okay.
Don't mess
Yeah.
with it.
So
If
Well-
it's peaceful, if you're getting knocks, if you're getting stuff talking to you, spirit box, all that stuff, if it's fine and nothing's physically harming you or stuff like that, I'd say keep trying to get as much evidence, set up cameras, see if you can get a full body apparition, put it on YouTube,
yeah, get evidence. What's your opinion? I don't know if you've ever heard of the SS method.
Not sure. Could you
Expand.
explain it?
So
Yeah.
the SS method is where they'll put soundproof headphones. So like
Yes, yes,
you
yes,
can't
yes,
hear.
yes,
They'll
yes,
put a
yes, yes.
blindfold over you, and there's a box like on the spirit box shifting through stations,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
and they blindfold you, and there's no way you can see or hear anybody on the outside.
What? So like. Oh, noise like the
Noise
gun?
canceling.
Okay, so.
But in that noise canceling, the box is going.
Okay,
So
it's-
you can
can't
only
hear-
one person can hear the box.
Yeah,
And so the other person asks questions, and that way your mind doesn't make up things to reply.
yeah. So like
The
if you
other
get like
person speaks what they hear out loud. So if it
Yeah.
makes sense and it's an actual reply, then it has more, I guess, like
plausibility.
plausibility that's true than if you're. Because this is one thing that I want people to understand. If you go out ghost hunting, if you go out Bigfoot hunting, if you do any of that and you want to find it, you will find it in everything. That's the main problem with a lot of people who go squatching, as they call it,
Yeah.
is they'll hear a deer step on a stick and they're like, oh my goodness, guys, there's a Bigfoot. No,
Yeah.
you're in the woods, you're in nature, there's things that aren't just the thing you're looking for.
So you would say the
I
SS
think that's awesome. If you
the
can
SS
get that
method
set up,
it's
rocks.
plausible.
I think it rocks.
Rocks evidence.
It's just as good as a normal spirit box, I think, if not a little bit better.
Nice.
Okay.
Because you're eliminating a factor of human error.
Yeah.
Of human changing what they hear to make sense. Because the other person doesn't know what question you just asked. They're just spewing what's ever coming out of that box.
Okay.
Exactly. You.
Interesting.
What's your opinion on sending people alone into these places?
That's what the like fear thing does and
Yes.
everything.
So,
I do think they feed off of energy and stuff.
but
I
do you think most
also-
of it's in the person's head type thing? Like,
I also can see it being in the head, and I can also see it welcoming demons and stuff, because that's what they mostly feed off of, is fear and hatred and strong emotions, is kind of what people believe is what they feed off of, because
yeah.
that's when you fall, that's when you do crazy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So earlier in the pod, you mentioned like stuff that Zach Baggins. I know you're not a fan of him. Like, just
He's done cool things.
he's done cool things, but items he's collected. I've personally been there. I've
Yeah.
seen the Hitler painting
Yeah.
from The Office, the
Mhm.
decapitated head,
Mm-hmm.
Al Capone's room,
Mm-hmm.
the Divic box.
The Vic box, that's what it's called. Those things are creepy.
Yeah. So
That's
Those I've actually heard
So
of. I might
what-
be able to join this conversation.
yeah. So what's your opinion on those? Because I know
I
it's a different
think-
religion.
I think that it doesn't matter what religion. I
Yeah.
think if you're getting spiritual at all, there's some truth to it.
Exactly.
Um,
Right. Because I watched the video with Post Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to mess around with it as well, which
Uh-huh.
probably isn't a great idea.
Uh-uh.
But I heard it's like one of the most haunted, something you shouldn't mess.
Have you ever heard of Robert the Doll?
Yes, and I.
It's terrifying, right?
Please explain. I'm not.
You've never heard of Robert? You know Annabelle, right?
Robert the Doll is basically the same, except for you have to be very respectful when you talk about him and everything, which we are. We love Robert.
I won't take any pictures of Robert without asking him for his permission.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to
I-
be very respectful. A lot of people who aren't, who think it's fake, just like Annabelle and stuff like that, stuff happens to them. Robert gives them really bad luck to the point where
You think you're gonna die? Type like you.
type of stuff.
I know Ozzy Osbourne messed with it.
People apologize.
yeah, you-
Politicians,
I don't know how
famous people.
Yeah, I don't know how
apologize
truthful it is, but
to
there's like
Robert.
20,000 apology letters a year
Yeah,
to Robert.
because so many people go there and go, yeah, it's just a stupid little blah blah blah, and then they have to apologize because they're messing with something that's beyond them.
Yeah,
I think that haunted items are real. I think that spirits can attach themselves to items, because that's kind of what's shown up time and time again.
throughout history.
You look at
yeah.
the oh my goodness, what is their names? It just spaced me. The husband and wife,
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
the Warrens. You look at a lot of their collection. The Warrens were also kind of crappy people.
Sam, The Conjuring. The Conjuring.
Yeah,
You know the Conjuring movies,
yeah, the two-
Annabelle,
Yeah, the
all
two people
those.
that always are trying
Those
save
people are real people.
they're real people. They're based off of real people. All the movies are based off
Uh-huh.
of
Actual things that they
yeah,
went through.
the Conjuring
Okay.
House, which I do have it. So we're gonna hit it on the tour.
Okay.
We're gonna stay a night there.
A night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what I'm hearing is be
but
respectful.
Let
to
me,
everything.
yeah. Let me explain to you real quick. The movies overhyped.
Yeah.
They are.
That the actual
Versions.
house isn't like this big white house. It's like a
Yeah.
log cabin.
It's not. The ghost wasn't like showing it. Right.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a horror movie.
If you watch Sam and Kobe's thing on it, they'll debunk a lot of stuff from the movie. They're like, oh, the lady that's over your bed. There was an actual lady who
Mhm.
was rotting because she didn't take care of herself, and that's where that came from.
Yeah, and
It was a battleground for soldiers.
yeah, but I think a lot of their things are real,
Yeah.
because spirits attached it to stuff. A little known fact about them is they were kind of crappy people because they would
Yeah.
have ghost hunters go in and and like other people go and do most of the work, and then they come in last second, finish it up, and then take all the credit for it and get the fame and the fortune from it. And those people were kind of swept under the rug.
I know they were the first people to try to defend somebody in the name of demonic possession.
What do you
Are
mean?
they?
They were, yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean in the name?
So have you ever heard of
So there's a case where somebody claimed that they were possessed and they killed somebody.
Okay.
And Edward Warren went on record saying that this person was true.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Holzer files?
No.
Yes.
Hold on, my
Yes,
dad's calling me.
Okay.
That is.
Hello? We'll just pause this real quick. Okay. All right, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So
Holzer files.
the Holzer files.
Holzer. My fault.
Hans Holzer.
Hans Holzer. Yeah.
Was this dude? He's
I only learned this from the show, where his daughter or granddaughter is revisiting.
it's his daughter.
His daughter is revisiting the places.
Well, she's not actually going there. Instead, she's sending in Dave Schrader and
Yeah.
I can't remember the dude's name or the
so
chick's
she-
name.
Yeah.
Do you think she's doing that because she's afraid of it, or because she just doesn't want to?
Or she's probably curious. Cause,
She probably doesn't know how to, and she doesn't care to learn.
well,
but
I mean, her
I
father never let
think-
her go.
I believe what it was is Dave Schrader came to her, said, "Hey, this is my idea. Would you want in on it?" And she said, "Sure," because it's my dad. It's his work. He
Some recognition.
he would need permission to use his work from the family. So she's in there to be like, "This is what happened with my dad," and blah blah blah. Explain it, and then they go in and investigate it because that's what they wanted to do. But they wanted to respect the family, have their wishes, only do as much as they're allowed. So he's kind of said as the first ghost hunter in the show and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
I think he was the first to record
Mhm.
or the film.
I just kind of like, okay, sure.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like why not? It's
Why
entertaining.
not? It's
Sounds like a
fun,
neat
right?
show. Yeah.
I do have the same issue with it where everything's very raw, right?
Yeah.
And they
over.
do act up a lot. But I
Yeah.
like Dave Schrader.
Yeah.
He's nice in person. I know there's been like horror stories of he's mean to his coworkers or he's mean to this person. He was very pleasant, very nice, and very funny when I met him in person.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like a very down to earth dude. He was very
Outgoing or
outgoing, very funny.
Just a pleasant person.
Yeah,
to be
Yeah,
around.
just a pleasant guy to be around.
I'm just very interested in the files. I don't want to mispronounce them.
So,
I'm just interested because he never really released them
mhm,
to the public. So it kind of makes me think, oh, maybe there's some plausibility to these.
mhm.
Maybe.
So
And I think he also didn't release them out of respect for the families and for this and for that
Yeah.
reason. But it's really cool to watch him go back and see just how much is factual. They have what they call a medium. Do you know what that is, Sam?
I was gonna ask you,
No.
do you believe in mediums?
It's so hard because I don't know what they experience if it's true, and so it's
Yeah.
hard for my brain to comprehend it. A medium's supposed to be able to get things from the other side, see people and or hear things, get images shown to them, stuff like that.
Okay.
But what is creepy is how accurate she is. If they are being honest about telling her nothing,
Yeah.
she is very accurate.
Well, that scares me personally
Mhm.
because it's like she's really talking to the other side.
Mm-hmm. And then you get stuff like the reason it's called the Sally House is a medium walked in and the first thing that they saw was a little girl named Sally on top of the staircase.
Okay.
And so it's like, okay.
Yeah. I've been to a few haunted places.
Mhm.
Just a few. I went to the Stanley Hotel.
Mhm.
You know, what's it called? The Shining.
Mhm.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah. No, that's
I went there.
okay.
I didn't really experience anything.
I think it's like the what's the giant boat?
The Queen Mary or whatever.
the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
It's very much like some people have it, some people don't. I feel like it's very drag
I may be wrong by saying this word, an allegory or whatever, or something like that. It's like where if enough people believe in it,
Yeah.
it starts to become
And
true.
manifest itself into
Yeah.
reality,
Yeah.
which is another very creepy conspiracy that
yeah.
is fun to believe in.
Yeah.
But then if you believe in it, the Slenderman somewhere out there. It's
Exactly.
like,
It's just
It's-
choppy.
It's fun.
I do think there's a few.
I think when it comes to like ghosts and stuff, you can definitely bring them, conjure them to places, right?
Yeah.
So if enough people believe that there is ghosts there and they go there in hopes, I think they can conjure stuff
Yeah.
because there's so much energy that they can feed off of to show themselves and be there.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you
Yeah.
have any experiences with any of these? Like personal?
So I don't have any personal experience with ghosts.
Okay.
I have seen a saucer.
Oh.
It's just a story because I didn't get any film or anything of it, but it
Yeah.
was here in town where we live
Yeah,
in America.
Take us through that.
Just take us through your
So,
experience. Like,
we-
give
I
us,
was
give
just
us what you
driving-
were doing. An
I was
hour
freshman.
before.
It was freshman year.
Okay.
I was what?
Were you high?
14?
No.
Okay, good to hear.
13. What? How old are you in freshman year? I can't remember.
14, 15.
14, 15.
Depends
I
your
was
age
there with
range.
my senior friend. We were just driving, talking, chatting. I see this weird. It's flashing red, green, and white like a plane would, right?
Yeah.
But it's going in a circle. And I'm like, that doesn't look right. And then it hits a 90, and it's lowering while it's going 90, and I'm like, that's going way too fast
Yeah.
while it's heading down
If we had our
to be a plane and
expert on here,
anything.
we could. I don't think a
Do we
plane
have a
can
planes
go.
expert?
Kyler.
Oh, okay.
Well, anywho, it's cutting off where we have to go because where we
Yeah.
are is over that way on the back roads
Oh,
near the
yeah.
graveyard. So
Yeah.
you have to go this way because that's a dead end. That's a dead end. This is our way
he's-
home.
He's pointing.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Do you know where I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Jack?
Yeah. I'm just for the listeners. Just
I'm
Uh-huh.
picking up where
I'm
you're-
pointing. Yeah.
he's
Sorry.
pointing. He's pointing.
I'm explaining it. It's so we're coming to a intersection.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Stop signs on two sides.
Mhm.
Some people have the right of way, whatever.
Oh,
We have to go the direction that this thing is heading in.
Yeah.
Because the other ways are dead ends. Because it's the end of town. So we turn, and by then there is a full-on saucer, a bit bigger than a house, sitting there. I had my phone recording for a second. My buddy was like, "Get that shit off!" Like he freaked. So me being 14, I was like, "Oh, he must know better. He's older. He's 18.
Yeah.
okay.
He must know." So I regret that to this day. I was watching it in the rear, what's that called? This is the rear view. What's the side
Side.
mirror?
Side mirror,
I
left side
think that's
mirror,
what it's called.
or right.
Right side mirror. I'm watching, and I look at him. I look back. It's gone. That's the only UFO UAP experience I've had.
And you said it was a saucer, like
Yes, it
Okay.
was. It was circular. I don't know how the top was, but I know for a fact the bottom was round. There weren't like big lights underneath. It was just black, but you could see the shape because the green, red, and white were glowing around it like that. And
So
they
the
were
light was
going
kind
in
of
a
making
circle.
out the shape.
Yep.
So you were saying that did it project any light towards the ground?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you
It
just
was
saw
like slightly, but it was just enough that you could see the outline. It was all on the side, the lights.
okay.
You could just see the outline of it. It blacked out everything above us, where it was,
And did you drive under it or like past
under it,
Oh,
under it.
did you look up at it? Well, under it.
And it was just black above us with
Just
the lights
black?
going around. And then all I could really see in that side view was the lights. I
Okay.
couldn't really see the top or anything.
Yeah.
Maybe a good thing you didn't record. Maybe a bad thing. Maybe they would.
Well, I wish I did.
Maybe
I
they
don't
would've
even care if
grabbed
I got
you.
abducted.
I
Because now it's just a good story.
I
Now
would
it's just a
worry
good
about
story.
getting abducted by the aliens. I would maybe more the government, but
It's
Oh.
just a good story now. I don't have
Yeah,
a recording. It's just a good story.
So will the your buddy say it as well?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
He would.
That's more plausible than
that's-
than
yeah, that
there's
is more
two.
plausible.
Uh huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
My dad has lived in a haunted house.
Yeah, that's probably not a.
Probably not ideal. Is that
So he was 17. He moved out of his parents' house.
So can you give us like a time range, like 19?
19 something, right?
19
did you almost say
2000?
1920?
No,
Near
I was
around the
gonna say
2000s, right? I was born.
Yeah.
Let me think. My dad is 43 now.
43. Okay.
He was 17 back then. Let's do the math.
It's like
people.
90s?
33 years ago.
90s? Well, that's 91.
20,
90.
subtract 10, 8.
Nine-
It's like maybe 90s, early 90s.
Okay, so-
Too late 1980s.
So around then, he's
Okay.
17. He moved out with his girlfriend.
Mhm.
At this time, he was, don't mean to call him out, but he was smoking. He was doing that type of stuff. He was a Chad. He was a homeboy.
Yeah.
You were smoking.
He never drank. His girlfriend did. She was also 17.
Uh,
I mean,
it's hearsay now. It's
hearsay.
fine.
It's hypothetical in Minecraft.
It's hearsay now.
In
He can't be
Minecraft.
charged for it.
Yeah.
If it's more
Theoretical.
than 10 years, he can't be charged.
I mean,
You
for
said
something like-
6 months.
this is just
That's
a story
for
too.
what we did.
This is
But-
just a story.
Story. Yeah, this is a story. Quotation
Um,
marks.
So they were
Sorry.
living in this house. The missionaries were living in the basement. He was living
In the
upstairs.
upstairs.
He was renting and everything. He didn't buy the house, obviously, at
Yeah.
17. He was working all day, minimum wage, because he was like, I don't have to listen to my parents if I don't live with them.
Yeah.
Right? Being
Yeah.
rebellious.
Okay.
He was the one rebellious kid they had. He's the middle child.
Makes sense.
So,
Makes sense.
he's out there. He's living on his own. He's working, and he's like, what was weird is first it would be I put my keys in the little bowl for our keys. I go, there's nothing in the bowl. The keys are somewhere else. So I'm like, who moved my keys? Why would they move my keys? That's so dumb. Then it's other things start getting misplaced. And you're like, why?
Why's the shampoo gone?
Why? I don't think it was like that, but it was like the remote's not where they normally put it. This isn't where, and they're like, okay, neither of us remember moving this. Why is it moving?
Okay.
Then it ramped up to he watched things get thrown. He would watch his keys get thrown across the room. The remote picked up and thrown. He would go out for a smoke on the front porch because that dude was a pimp. And he was
Okay.
like, I'm not going to smoke in the house. That's gross. I don't want
Yeah.
my house to smell like cigarettes.
Maybe that's all the ghost wanted was some
He
tobacco.
shut the door. He knew the door was not locked. The deadbolt would be locked on him. No one else was in the house.
Oh.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And, dude, it's midday. The missionaries are out harassing people. They're not, let me sneak upstairs and lock these people out, you know?
Yeah.
And so,
Not dissing missionaries or anything, but
yeah, they're out harassing people.
They'll hunt you down. That's what they'll do.
Yeah, so
They'll catch you in the middle of the
the
street.
LDS missionaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Wait, where
so-
was this at?
Huh?
Do you know where was it?
Yeah, this is
Did I
in
miss
Utah.
that?
You thought Salt Lake.
around. It was in
Or-
American Fork. I'll just
American
American Fork, Utah.
Did you say that before? Did I miss it? Or
No,
Oh.
No. He's
I was just
giving us
going.
location.
I was just going. So he was living there at the time and everything. And what happened was, after so much of it, he was like, blah, blah, blah. Well, one night they had friends over and they heard in the kitchen a rustle. And my dad was like, what the f- is that? And his buddy's like, it's the cat. Chill, dude. And he's like, yeah, that's why the cat's right there. And he said the cat had its back was arched. It was hissing. So him and his buddy walk into the kitchen, and he said it was like fog, smoke, standing there, and then it moves, and it goes through a door, and his buddy chases it, and he says it was, so there was the door, then there was a room, kitchen, living room, then a hallway to the bedrooms.
Okay.
So it was a loop, basically, in that little area, and then the hallway. So he stepped back because it was going through that little room.
Yeah.
His buddy chased it through. He watched the smoke dissipate down the hallway. He woke up that night to a man standing over him, an old guy staring at him. He could move. He was hitting his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it wasn't sleep paralysis. When she woke up, I think she might have seen him. I'm not 100 on that, but
Yeah.
it shortly disappeared. He said he left. Came back in the morning, got his stuff, moved back in with his parents, said, "I'm sorry, I'll do what you want."
Oh.
He left.
Well,
After living on his own for months, he couldn't.
yeah, I personally would just
Leave?
leave after I saw my keys get thrown.
And he
That would be some.
what's cool is like
I'd burn some sage.
he's all like, oh, he's into it too. He's into the Bigfoot, the UFO, all
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
He didn't get into it until then. He thought it was all BS. He only got into it because that happened to him, so he started researching stuff. What the F was that? That was
Exactly.
not normal.
And that's how we came across the rest
Yeah.
of it, and the rest is history.
And Bigfoot's awesome, dude. It's fun. I don't care if it's fake or not.
Yeah.
If it comes out like 100% proven it's all fake, people can laugh at me all that you want.
Yeah.
It's fun.
leaning
Dude, it's
leaning
fun.
into Bigfoot and all
Uh-huh.
of that. How do you balance your belief in conspiracy theories and mainstream scientific and historical?
So
How do you balance between?
let's get this.
Let's just that's not true. 'cause-
Bigfoot hasn't been disproven by science, and it hasn't been proven.
Yeah,
Okay.
You cannot disprove something
and without proof,
without
plausible
all this, right?
proof. Yeah,
So there's enough evidence that they're like, meh, but it's not scientific evidence. It's not enough DNA. It's not enough correct photographs. People are like, well, if they were so blah, 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 why can't you get a normal photograph? You're seeing something that shouldn't exist. You're going to be shaky. You're seeing what is described most of the time as an apex predator.
yeah,
Something that looks so big it could tear you limb from limb.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're going to be shaky.
Yeah.
You're shaky when you see a big cat, are you not?
yeah,
You're shaky when you see a bear.
yeah,
Now imagine seeing that in the woods, coming face to face with a bear, and not just seeing it
exactly.
in a zoo or in Bearland. Or
Yeah,
I can look dead in the eyes of a big cat that's taxidermied,
yeah,
and I still feel the primal
Yeah.
like chills.
yeah.
You can eat me.
Yeah, like you're like I don't like staring into its eyes. It feels, even though you know they're just marble fake
Yeah,
eyes.
exactly.
Okay.
When it comes to the historical side, like there's conspiracy theories like skinwalkers, Bigfoot,
Well,
paranormal, historical fact. Because in
what-
history, there's been these Bigfoot in history. There's people throughout history going
So-
back all the way to the 50s.
you're gonna
Skinwalkers going all the way back to the
Indian
50s,
50s.
or probably beyond that, right?
Bigfoot has been around forever, dude.
Exactly. Like
They weren't called Bigfoot. Bigfoot came from in California in the 60s on a construction site. They found a big footprint and they were like, Bigfoot, right?
yeah,
Sasquatch came from the natives, the First Nations people, sorry,
exactly.
in Canada from one of their tribes. We took it and kind of made it Americanized for Sasquatch.
yeah,
But a bunch of different tribes across North America have reported seeing a creature that is big, it's hairy, it's man-like. Some are described more human, some are described more ape-like, and that still happens today. They're not all the exact same. They're not all
Yeah.
the patty build. Some look more like an orangutan. Some look more human. Some look more like a chimpanzee.
exactly.
There is the Yowie.
Yeah.
There is the Yearn. I think I'm pronouncing that right. That's China's.
If he doesn't pronounce it right, he's just
Yeah.
It's just because he can't.
I'm dyslexic, guys.
He's
so.
dyslexic. It,
But there is a bipedal hominid creature
So
that's reported
what does bipedal mean? Like
walking on two legs.
You don't-
walking on two legs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Ain't no
I'm brain farting.
way.
Bro, you didn't know who Hans Holzer was, so you'd watch your little pretty mouth, okay?
you didn't
Why-
know what
why'd you call
conjuring
it
means
pretty?
Because I think
because you've been sexually harassing him the whole
Yeah,
entire
you literally
podcast.
like rubbed my leg, and you're
I
like,
never once touched you
you're
like
like,
this
you
podcast.
got Dr. Pepper on your lip.
That
I was
did
like,
do.
dude,
I
please
touched
leave me
your
alone.
lip. So
Please
yeah.
don't talk to me
I
like
have
that.
a question
Okay,
now.
go.
yeah.
Is there, and do you even believe in possibly a correlation from Sasquatch and all these, and like a Yeti? Are those
I mean,
similar things, but one's
they're
like,
described the same.
built
they
for snow.
Yeah.
One's built for a different climate. The Yowie sounds a lot like it, but it's built for a different climate. Dude, even the ones in America. America has very different climates all across the thing. You go down to Florida, it's very humid, it's very hot, and they have the skunk ape, which is described very differently from if you go up into Washington, which can get a lot more cold. It's also raining all the time, you know. Those two things on the completely, that is the west, the northwest, and the southeast, right? Completely
Different biomes.
different, biomes. If we're going Minecraft style, dude.
Oh, that's all I remember, man.
Climates, all that, temperatures, everything, and they're described as these hairy creatures. They're described as being between different heights, being different, because they're built for different things. It's the same as like you could have the same species, and they're almost identical except for slight tweaks in the area that they're around, because it's how they evolved to survive in those areas. And we can see that with the reports in Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So, do you think how widespread it is? It's kind of got to be at least
Somewhat
something.
factual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's gotta
there's
be
something
some-
behind it.
There's gonna be some truth
If
amongst the.
if anything else, my one true belief is that even if there isn't Bigfoot now, if there's nothing now, there was a Bigfoot in California in 1967. The Patterson-Gimlin film cannot get proven wrong. Everyone who has been like, "Oh, I walk like this," you can't walk perfectly like that. You can't have the mid-torso break. There was no costume that has been able to prove that film is wrong. Hollywood production people who make costumes back then, now, and everything are like, that was impossible to make a suit like that. You would have had to be on stilts in a muscle suit that had crap all the way down to their ankles and their calves and their glutes, their thighs, their arms. They'd have muscles that protruded through a whole fur suit, walking perfectly in a riverbed. It's just
Not.
not.
I see where you're
Yeah.
the reason it churns like that is because one of the men hopped off, and the guy runs, right? That's why it's super shaky in the beginning. Then he's holding
I've never
it.
watched it personally, but
It
I've seen
churns.
pictures.
It churns because the other guy puts his gun up, pointing at it, and his ideology was, if this thing runs at us or does anything, I'm gonna shoot it. But if not, I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Because it was, you look at it and you're like, what the?
Yeah, you look and you're like, what the heck is even that? Or like, did I just make a discovery?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen a few clips from it. It's like when people make new discoveries of new species.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, oh my gosh, like what do we do? Like, I don't want to hurt it, but if it attacks us, I have to do something.
Yeah. But if anything else, I truly believe that there was this creature at some point in recent history, very recent history, in the 60s.
Okay.
I don't think it was Gigantopithecus. Maybe I don't know if it could be related, because Gigantopithecus was big monkey who walked on two legs.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
I hate the cane theory. I don't understand how one man can be moving in family herds. A lot of people don't realize that there's more than one Bigfoot for some reason. They think it's Bigfoot, one of them.
Big
hey, you
feet.
dropped your mic again.
Jack, bro.
My side has technical difficulties. I'll just hold it from now.
Okay. That's fine.
A lot of them think there's just one. There's not. They move in families. We've seen them with younglings. And the
Wait,
younger
so-
ones are smaller. They're more curious. These creatures are like getting up to like 8 feet tall, 9 feet sometimes, which is really big. And I think a lot of those really big estimations, like people who are like, it was 12 feet tall, is because they're in panic mode. They're in survival mode. They're seeing something that's probably 6 to 8 feet tall, and they,
Yeah.
because you don't realize how tall things really are. You know, like this ceiling, it's tall.
Probably like 8 feet.
Yeah.
Even over there.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
do you know if there's been reports of like possible homes, like caves or something that these things could have lived in?
So there's like, oh, it lives in this cave, it lives in this cave, and then those guys go and kill it, and they're like, yeah, but then why didn't they bring the body of the monster back to town or whatever?
Exactly.
The Iceman who was encaved in ice, and then they went around and showed it. A lot of people who saw it the first time, who it's described as a Bigfoot. It literally is a Bigfoot encased in ice.
Iceman.
Yeah, it was way, I can't remember the year, but it was 1800s.
Oh.
Maybe a little earlier. No, it was about 1800s. This dude went around and he tried to keep it as pristine, right, as he could, but eventually people looked at it and they went, that is not the same thing I saw 10 years ago. And he had replaced it because it had rotten away, and he just kind of threw it out like, ugh, I still need to make my money, and he replaced it with something fake.
Okay.
Yeah. As we're wrapping this up, because we broke the hour 15-minute mark, I have
so
two more questions.
You can only do an hour and 15 minute for your favorite
Yeah,
guest?
we can't do like 3
Oh, you'll be
hours
back
for it.
on here. Oh, you'll be back
You'll
on
be
here.
back.
Okay.
Let's be
Several
honest.
times.
Okay.
Especially for a special one. I have two questions for you.
Uh-huh.
Right. What in now today's society, what makes you tick? Like mine would be watching fights. Sam's would be
What do you mean by what makes me tick?
like what makes you sit there and think like, oh, I'm into this. Like I'm gonna sit there and do this for a while. What makes you tick?
I don't know, games, gas masks.
Games, gas masks. Mine's like watching fights, UFC.
I
What
love
makes
I
you
love
tick?
fights. I love history.
Maybe
I
we'll have you on
love
for that one. The fights.
I'm not like super into it, but
Yeah.
when I watch it, I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah, that's how I
Um,
felt watching it the other time. I was
We're,
like,
we're
I
doing a
hate
watch
this.
party, but we're gonna record it for the pod for
So-
the next big event coming up.
Heck yeah. So, I love history. I really, really love history and
Yeah.
course.
What time period type thing? Like
everything.
everything?
All of it.
Everything.
Because history, mine cuts off. I love the Romans.
Okay.
I know
So-
a bit about them, but after
I-
the Romans, I'm like, I could care less.
I love World War II. I love World War One. I love
My history
the
is with
Persian
the wars.
Empire, the Roman Republic, the Roman Empire,
Yeah,
Greece, all of them, all of it,
that makes you
everything.
tick. So you're a history
Everything.
buff. You're a history buff. then.
Uh-huh. Listen, if you want to listen to someone who keeps history very entertaining,
Yeah,
it's a podcast called Dan Cartland's Hardcore History.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm allowed to plug.
yeah. You
other-
can plug. We're fine.
It's not even freaking me, but
Yeah, no, it's fine.
he's good.
We're
he's good.
setting up connections anyways.
I like
So
him.
you recommend him?
Oh,
recommend.
100%.
Okay. Does he just go into like
He just
weird?
no,
Is it like
history?
documentary style, like where he'll?
no, it's just a podcast. He talks about one subject. He explains it very well. He tries to keep it very story driven, like this is kind of the narrative, right?
Yeah,
And he talks about it and he gives his evidence. He listens. He's not an actual historian, but he has a bunch of historian
Yeah.
books and all that.
he has knowledge of.
But yeah.
Okay.
What was your last question?
My last
Interesting.
question is: so, I have 3 don'ts when it comes to anything scary, haunted. Haunted dolls.
Uh-huh.
That's another one of my don'ts.
Uh-uh.
Insane asylums. That's another one.
Aren't we going to one?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And then heights. Those are my 3 don'ts.
Uh-huh.
Personally, if I see a doll, it's getting kicked in the sternum out the window,
Getting
or I'm
haunted.
just leaving to go to a different state.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just what are your 3 to 5 don'ts when it comes to scary stuff? Whether it's
Deep water. I hate deep water.
yeah,
I
whether
hate ocean.
it's just like your deep fears or like
if I can't see the bottom
yeah,
of water, and it's not like there's monsters. I don't know why. It just freaks me out not knowing what's below me.
yeah. Ooh,
That's
Freaks
fair.
we should have mentioned the
out.
Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, that one's kind of.
I don't see much evidence to that
It's
one.
fun. It's fun.
that
It's
one.
fun,
Nessie's fun.
yeah.
Heights.
Heights, yeah.
Heights.
Yeah.
Hard one.
I don't mess around with heights.
like it scares me, man.
So
High,
you'd be opposed if we're like, oh, we're doing a special. We're gonna go skydiving.
Yeah, I'd literally go have fun. I'm staying on the ground,
What if we're like, oh, we're gonna meet like
dude. 30 feet up in the air, I look down. I would go, oh.
So yeah, what's the minimum?
what's the minimum
height that gets you feeling queasy and nervous?
mine
Like
has to
a
be like
roof or double?
Like your roof.
A roof.
oh, mine
Yeah,
has to
no,
be like I
okay.
know I'm gonna break my legs if I fall off.
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
And I'm fat, so I look at off a roof and I go, Ooh, I'm 5 foot. 5 foot, 600 pounds. I will break my body.
Yeah.
Okay, so roof, so like
you-
10 feet,
10
15
feet,
feet.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, somewhere in there.
fair enough. But
I
will
don't
you still
do
go up
dolls.
there if you need
Yeah,
to?
yeah, I will. I
Oh.
work on the roofs sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dolls.
So you're just like me, dog. I
I don't like talking about scary stuff at night out in the open.
So
Fucking hate it
So-
when people are like, "So you like skinwalkers, right?" And we're in the middle, fucking midnight, in the middle of May. Cancel that out. I almost said the name of the town.
it's fine. We're already based out of Utah.
What about like when you're up in the mountains camping and someone brings it up?
Yeah,
I
like
literally throw a punch.
I've
out.
done that once or twice.
I'm like,
Or
shut the fuck up.
at least once
Shut
with
the fuck
someone
up.
I know.
so what would happen if we were like to invite you? We're like, we don't tell you where we're gonna be and say it's the Conjuring House.
I show up and I go, "Fuck, you guys are crazy."
No, we go. You're staying the night with us.
Okay.
And then I wake you up at 3 a.m. The camera's rolling, and I go, "Did you know there used to be a demon here?"
Then I stand up and I walk out. I
Well, see,
fucking
the thing is, the Conjuring House, there, it's 15 miles out from anything
okay.
before a main road.
I'm
walk
driving
15
there
miles.
myself.
Well, imagine we pick you up.
See, you just told me that. Now I'm gonna drive everywhere. All we're gonna do the surprise. Kid, give me the address.
Yeah.
Give me the address and I'll go.
Meet you there.
So
Okay.
what would be your thought process? Like, we're locked down in the basement, which is known to be the most haunted.
So my thought
And
process
you
is
wake up. You wake
this
up.
dude
Me and
does-
Sam are standing in the middle of like a circle, a salt circle with candles.
Salt.
Yeah.
So it's like a repellent.
So anywho, as I was saying, my
you-
thought process would be this dude does MMA, so I'd pull out my 9mm, and I proceed to shoot you
But like
over and over and over again
like
until you stop moving.
Bro,
like-
that'll haunt you.
First thought though. You wake up, me and Sam are in the center of a circle, a salt circle. There's candles, and we're on a Ouija board. And I'm
See-
saying,
It's
any
funny.
demons in this house, come get us right now. And the camera's rolling.
I start
I
praying.
wouldn't be
I
there.
start praying.
Yeah, I'd be with him.
On top of that, it's kind of ballsy that you think I could fall asleep in a haunted house like
Well,
that.
I mean, stress makes you tired.
Bro,
All night, I'm gonna be like,
Eventually, you'll be like,
I'm gonna start seeing shit. I'm gonna be like, does someone see something over there?
And you're going to hear nothing from the rest of us because we're going to be dead asleep.
Rich could be passed out.
I have a survival instinct where, like, if I'm getting, like, stressed and I know I have to do something, I'll just pass out. I like...
That's
like,
not
I-
exactly a survival
It's like I
instinct.
play dead. It's like... Okay. It's like I play dead to go to sleep. I get...
goodness.
I get really nervous and I'm like, I gotta go to sleep.
So, like, if you're about to give a
dumbest
speech
shit
to
I've ever-
somebody just in the back slumped
Well,
out.
just like it's like public speeches. Like I hate public speeches.
Okay, so let me run this past you, okay? Hypothetically, you're in a bank.
Yeah.
Someone puts a gun to your back. Give me all your money. Get all your money out of the bank right now and give it to me. Your reply is gonna go.
The first thing I'm gonna think is like the first. My heart's gonna start racing. I'm like, I need to go to sleep. I can't.
You
deal
just
with this.
lay down.
I'm like, I can't. I can't
I'm
deal
dead.
with
I'm dead.
this. Yeah. So we're gonna be in the basement. I'm gonna be like, I saw something. I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm out.
So you just pass out.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're getting tased.
If I
Other
can't
downs-
see it and I
First
can't hear
person
it,
asleep gets tased.
if I can't see it and I can't hear it,
Other don'ts. I hate
out.
not having control of my body.
oh.
Like when I'm really tired and I can't like control something.
So say like I'm gonna give you another situation. Say we're in like I don't know another haunted place. Like say we go to the asylum. As much as I don't want to go to an asylum, and we're gonna sleep in the rooms. You know the straitjacket rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna split up.
Gonna be a couple little silly fellows.
They're right
See,
next to
here's
each
the
other. Nick's like I'm not splitting up.
I couldn't split up.
Well,
What if
you
I
have,
went
like-
with you?
Yo,
I would-
what if we bring Sam with you?
Yeah, I.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He could. I
Sam-
think you could
Sam will
Spartan kick
protect
a
me.
ghost.
Yeah, I'll box the ghost.
But
Deadass, I will
say
fight it.
Sam's dead asleep, out cold type of sleep, like best sleep he's ever had in his life.
Bro, like I'm slumped.
And it's like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, no light, still dark as crap.
Ghost takes over my body.
And you're sitting there just like your dad, but except you can't move, and you see it.
Well, I feel like he'd think that sleep paralysis and it's not real. Say he
What?
can move.
But you can talk.
Oh. What are you doing?
I'd start to cry.
You'd just be
I'd cry.
You'd cry.
I'd cry while praying.
okay. What would you do if you could move? Same situation. I'm
Yeah, say you
slumped
can
next
move.
to you.
I'm
The dude up there.
smacking you as hard as I can. Going,
Like Sammy.
You already know I'd be like,
See, my problem is I know I'm the type of guy to see something scary, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, stretch, and just get up and leave. Like nothing ever happened.
Oh, okay.
I'd piss myself. I'd poop my pants. I would cry.
I think I'd wake up from the smell.
Yeah.
That's serious. No, like I'm not a heavy sleeper.
You know what, Sam, since you're the biggest guy in the room, what would happen if you saw a ghost? Like, none of us else saw it. We're in the most haunted house in America.
I bet I could have. I bet I know what Sam would do. Oh, whoa.
but like this thing, but Sam, you see this thing everywhere. Like, it's a common occurrence in that place we're at.
Oh,
like, it's following you.
He's just like.
So, what is it?
He'd start
What does it look
naming
like?
it. He'd start teasing it. What's up?
Say it's like a demon.
Okay.
Like, it's messing with you.
Like I can see it.
Like, you can see it. I have no
Does it
idea.
look like a person? Does it look like a demon?
Say it's like something scary.
I'd be respectful, but I'd give it a name like Jimmy. I'd be like, howdy, Jimmy.
And then we'd be like, Sam, shut the frick up.
Yeah, like Sam.
No one would believe us.
I'd be like, Sam, we're trying to record. Be quiet.
Like, my bad. Jimmy's over there showing me his penis.
But would you be able to? Would you be able to sleep the same night?
Yeah.
The thing just staring at you in the corner.
Yeah.
I would not, dog.
I mean,
Looking
how
at
big
you
are
like your
size?
uncle at Thanksgiving.
Pause. Whoa! No! Didn't happen. How big are its size? Like
That's not what you told me last night.
what? I didn't see you last night.
No. See, my personal opinion, I would just,
Kiss it.
I'd be like, I'm tired, guys.
I'd cry.
I'd be like, guys, I'm tired. I can't record for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go get a motel and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm done.
Wait, no, you're sleeping in there with us.
Yeah,
Bro.
but I
Not
see
if
that
I'm
thing
seeing
with-
shit no one else is seeing.
Nah, in all reality, I'd probably be like, hey, you guys see that?
Yeah.
You guys see what I'm seeing?
And
we'd
what
be
if we
like,
just say straight up no?
I'd be like, oh, man, I should put my contacts in. I don't wear glasses.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I'd think. I'd be like, oh, well,
But what if this thing's like messing with you?
not
Like,
real.
like every now and then you'll be walking down a hallway, you just like grab your back.
I'd be like,
Every once in a
Jack,
while, it
fuck
goes,
off!
every once in a while, it goes.
Boo! Like you hear like a screech, like a woman moan from the distance.
Oh! I'm big.
I'd be like, dang, what's going on in
You
this
have a
asylum?
girlfriend. You shouldn't be saying that.
I was thinking of her.
Okay.
Dude,
what do you,
I will admit, there's so many guys at my work who are like, I love my wife, I love my girlfriend. Every girl who walks by, they are staring at their butt like, ooh. And I'm like, liar, dude. Like, I'm looking at this stupid thing that I have to do, and you're over there looking at another girl.
Where the jaws on the ground.
Yeah, they're like, and I'm like, bro, that's like
But
a 16-year-old, and
Do you
you're
have any
45.
more? Do you have any more don'ts? Because you said heights, deep waters, dolls, and you can't control your body.
I got a story about a doll. No, it's not
Yeah,
horror.
okay.
It's not freaky at all. But like my great aunt used to have this really old house. I think it was haunted, but at the top there was a window, and this just big empty room.
Sorry, I was just moving my mouth, saying nothing,
And
mocking
in the
him.
door,
Uh-huh.
there's like nothing in the room. You go to the other side. There's a chair and a doll sitting on it.
Nope.
Like
no.
yeah, no, listen,
Fuck
listen.
that.
Like a '40s doll. This
And
is
then
an old house.
she'd go up and she'd be like, hello.
She never went up there.
Hell
She didn't,
no.
I don't even
Why?
think she knew it was there.
Hell
She didn't go up
no.
there. I went up there. I was a kid. I'd go past. I'd look at it.
See, that's
I
one of those
never went in that room.
That's one of those moments where you're with the
No.
boys and you see it and you're like hell no.
No, I never went in the room.
That's that doll's room.
Yeah,
You
you're
leave.
like
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
what
shut the door. I'm gonna just
No, I never shut the door.
Have a good night.
I left it.
Yeah,
open.
have
I
a
was
good
a
night.
kid, bro. I went over there to play her Wii, Super Mario Galaxy. I'd have to go up there. I don't remember why I went up there, but I did.
Yeah, see, I just feel uncomfortable when I walk in a room with a doll, even if it's not like known to be haunted.
But no, there was times
Like if there's a doll sitting in the corner, like with a whole bunch of different stuffed animals,
Yeah, no.
I'm like, and it's just staring. I'm like,
no, I stared at it. Like as a kid, I sat there and stared at it
you
multiple
have
times.
some big old balls.
Bro,
when
I
you're
was a
dog.
kid. I was like,
When I was a kid, I watched the first horror movie ever, and I was like, yeah,
nah, bro. The first
I never
horror
watched
movie
my
I
first horror movie ever till freshman year.
freshman
Really?
year, really?
Bro, I got.
Dude, I was watching The Conjuring in like elementary school, dog.
Damn, bro, you got balls. Did it like freak you out?
Dude, I was scared.
See, I didn't watch
I
stuff
watched
like
it.
that.
My grandma was like a horror. She's a horror buff. So she'll go to anything haunted. She went to these
See-
caves recently, but she used to just show us random horror movies when we go to see her.
That's horrible.
Bro,
I know, and we would
and
like not.
my
go to sleep
grandma
at
is
night.
like, watch this movie. It's called The Three Amigos. It rocks. And I'm like, it does rock.
Yeah, my grandma's like, guys, I just watched the scariest movie I've ever watched in my life.
Watch this. It's called the Blair Witch Project. You're like in second
Sam
grade.
wants
You're
to
like,
watch that so much.
Bro, we will watch it.
Sam wants to watch that so much. I'm like,
Listen, okay.
Why?
I'm like a kid. I was not like
From
put
a
to the-
kid?
As suck. Anyway,
suck what?
As
No,
a-
finish that.
suck my cock.
No.
Good. You're 18.
fine. It's in the
But as a kid, I wouldn't watch like the ghost shows or anything like
Yeah.
that, so I wouldn't be afraid of that. I got showed freaking Saw, which
Yeah.
that one.
that's just gore porn though.
No, it messed me up more because in my brain, like even then, I was like, engineering. That could be real. So I was
Yeah.
just always terrified, like scared shitless of that.
My thing is like, I've always been scared of the found footage films, in a sense.
Don't get me wrong, I'd be like scared watching the Blair Witch Project. I want to watch it.
Yeah, but it's like there's
Well,
a sense of realism behind it. Like The Conjuring, like there's no way that woman just got thrown 16 feet.
She did get thrown, but not that far.
Yeah, exactly. In the actual house that she got.
So
We'll do our research before we go.
I think it's more suspense horror
Yeah.
that really. Ooh.
That's what gives you the
In The
heebie-jeebies.
Conjuring,
Like jump scares, I
Yeah.
scream and I call it a mean name and then I laugh.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
But
why I
if
do with
I
jump
am
scares.
constantly like,
On edge.
what's about to happen?
exactly.
I'm done. I'm
Like
done.
in the
I hate it.
Conjuring, one, he walks into the laundry room and there's this lady just sitting there crying crying there like, you've never seen this lady before, and you're gonna walk up to her and ask her if she's fine.
No.
I'm like,
I'd be like, well, going to my car.
and here's the other thing, he had a gun on the right, on the side. I'm like, use the gun,
boom. Yeah.
use the gun. But no, he walks up and she goes, look what she made me do, and her wrists are cut. I'm like, fuck that. Ouch.
Hashtag every emo girl in high school.
Bro.
We know one of those.
What?
But
Who?
wait, we mentioned it under the
Say
shit talk.
Say
Bro,
their name.
oh no.
We can't say. Well, I'll tell you after.
Yeah, after.
It was a really annoying friend. You know him. Don't say his name.
Okay, just drop it. Let's talk to it afterwards. This isn't shit talk.
Yeah, this isn't the
Yeah,
episode
This is
5 is shit
Nathan's-
talk podcast.
Nathan, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
Really
I
shallow.
thought we went over time.
Shh.
It's fine.
Really shallow.
uh-huh.
What games do you like?
Yeah. What
kind? Give me
Red
some
Dead
names.
Redemption 2 is the best game of all
what
time.
what have you been playing recently?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh,
No clue.
ooh, that's a good one. I haven't finished it, but it's
I literally just started it.
dude.
Oh, okay.
That when you block somebody, it's like
Dude, the freaking.
crisp.
I'm playing on medium because I'm not like gamer.
Yeah.
Hey,
At least you don't play in
parry
story-
system.
Yeah, at least you don't play in story mode like the rest of us. I can't, dog.
Do you
Like-
play on story mode?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh.
Like God of War, I tried playing it on hard. I was like, oh.
I can never make it through God of War. I'm not a huge new God of War fan. I think the older games are probably better.
Oh yeah,
I like them both.
I like Daddy Kratos. So
I love Souls-like games. I can never really complete them. I don't have enough patience to get through
what's your
it.
opinion on Elden Ring?
Elden Ring is beautiful.
Are you ready for the DLC
10 out
that
of 10.
dropped today?
Yeah,
I'm going to grind. Not leave my room for 4 days.
hell yeah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna grind.
Alright.
I wish I could do that, but
You have a job.
I'm a man.
Yeah. I'm a pussy, so it's fine.
You're a little boy in a man's world. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh,
That wrestler.
Stop.
oh my.
You're gonna get us in trouble.
All right. But yeah, no. I just back to the movie aspect. I just like the found footage films. Just
Freak you out.
it's like there's a sense
They're
of
bad.
realism behind it, right? It's like say
They're
you were in
bad
that.
for me mentally, dude. I watch them. I'm like, what? What can happen?
Yeah, you're like he's recording from a camera, and you're like what if the boys randomly just decide to do that? What if that happens to us, dog?
Yeah, that's.
By the way, first of all, the first time somebody goes missing in a haunted house and we
You're
can't
running.
find him,
You're
I'm
leaving.
leaving. I'm calling the police. I'm like, you can talk to me outside
Okay,
of the
what
place.
if I
I'm leaving.
like have a fat ogre shit and like you
And I
don't
can't-
knock on the bathroom?
and I can't find you, dog? I'm leaving you.
Bro.
You're gone. You're gone.
The cops will find you.
You
Okay,
Well,
well,
you can call me later, dog. But like, say we're in the Conjuring house. I'm looking all around the house. I'm seeing, and I can't find you, dog. Adios, amigo.
okay. So what if like they're there as well?
Who?
Nathan, Gale.
So, say Nathan and them are also seeing crap. We can't find you. None of us can find
I'm
you.
leaving you.
Yeah, we're gone.
Fair enough.
By the way, Gail's gone, and the first time he hears a knock,
Okay.
he can act as
Where is
macho
he
as he
today?
wants. He hasn't been on the past few.
Excuse me. Why?
We
He's hard. His work schedule's hard to work with.
He's hard. Pause.
Hey, he's 18. You two can be together.
You two can be together.
Not
I'm
us.
good. I'm good.
We're together.
You guys
Jack
are
and I. Wait.
Your guys' bromance are on another level. Especially when you guys are arguing about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, bro. They just get closer and closer. Then they
I'll
just
win.
kiss.
I'll win.
Yeah. But just like Gail's macho attitude, the moment he sees something, he's out. Adios, amigo. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, you guys saw that too, right?
So could I tell you something?
sure.
Yeah, it's your episode.
Yeah, it's your
I
episode.
have a audio recorder that we can use for ghost hunting.
Sounds like fun. If you could find a house in
One of
Utah,
the small ones.
if you can find a house in Utah, we could start the tour early.
Supposedly the school you guys still go to is haunted.
Nope.
I got
Oh, that's another one of my don'ts. Spirit children.
I got
Adios.
stopped. I got stopped by the higher ups from being able to ghost hunt it. I was about to. That's why I bought that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They told me no.
How come?
What?
Did they
Which
just
higher
not
ups?
want you in the school?
Because somebody slept with a substitute teacher and they didn't want more
Okay.
bad media on them. Could you cut that out though of the episode? Because I shouldn't say that because that dude's my friend. I don't want him to be mad.
Wait, you know who
if
it
he
is?
listens.
I know who it is as well.
He's pimp. He's awesome.
He's a pimp.
I
We
love
call him Big
Bro.
Daddy Holmes.
He
I
did
love
good, bro. Not gonna lie. I wish I was him. What?
We don't condone that behavior.
Well, I
But
He does.
you do? For students to sleep with their teachers?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
listen.
right.
If the students would do,
No!
If
hell yeah.
yeah, yeah, boys can't
listen-
get raped. Am I right, fellas?
Oh my.
No. There's no rapage happening.
No
Definitely.
such thing as sexual assault.
We
Definitely
went, we went over this last
100%,
podcast. It
definitely
happens
not.
both
Teasing.
places.
I'm
It's
teasing.
not.
I'm teasing.
It's
not
not
a good thing.
It's not a good thing on either side.
But yeah,
Obviously.
bro.
Dude,
we should-
yeah, it's chill when certain people do it, like presidents and stuff.
Oh, throwing shade. I like it. We already made fun of our current president. We can do
Sleepy
that.
Joe.
We can do that as long as it's not in the first
Ice
10 minutes.
cream.
You saw the D-Day memorial thing, right? He fell asleep during the speeches and stuff. Dude, he was zoinked.
Yo, wait. Maybe he has the same thing. Maybe he was nervous, and he just had to fall asleep.
Yeah, maybe he was stressed like you.
Maybe you two have the same
Listen,
thing.
listen, I could be going into a fight.
He was
being
having
nervous and fine,
flashbacks of the day he was there.
But listen, if I can't do anything about the situation, I'm out.
Maybe he couldn't, bro. He had to be there.
Here's the thing. Okay, I think. Hear me out. We put a super cool young person in office, like me.
You're 18.
Are
Close
you
enough.
35?
Close enough.
Get, yo,
So you're
And-
running?
and-
Is this you announcing you're running for president?
If you guys make me president, Taco Tuesday, Taco Bell has to give out one free taco every Tuesday to everybody.
Can you legally do
yo.
that? Can you legally do that?
In America, I bet I could.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can legally do that in America.
No, I think he could.
We can slide a lot of
He
things
definitely
under the
could.
rug.
Like, it's just
Don't
getting.
say that.
Child slavery's strong in America still.
Oh,
Okay.
all
You know
right.
how many, like, you walk into a little family-owned restaurant and you're like, that's a 7-year-old. That dude should not be working a 9 to 5. He is. He's working, not getting paid. That's slavery.
Are you speaking from personal experience, or it seems like you have like a real?
Oh no, I freaking grew up
Is it-
middle
is it-
class.
is it
I sit on my butt.
Is it jealousy?
I wish I could work in a little restaurant growing up,
Yeah,
like Bob's Burgers type
dude,
thing.
I love that show.
I feel that. I did that with my grandma at Granny M's. It's closed down now, but
What's Granny's Inns?
Granny M's
M's.
was a restaurant that I worked at as a
Why
kid.
did you get
Why is
so-
it closed down?
Why did you get so pressed
It
about
wasn't
that?
the most profitable place because the other
When you mentioned that, he got pressed for some reason. I don't know why. Like your voice just kind of.
me.
Yeah, you kind of got a little pressed. I don't know.
He's
why.
my grandma's joint, okay, dude?
But yeah, no.
Oh, sorry, my grandma likes to cook for people.
Yeah, I worked there for
Is she dead?
Since you're the
no. No.
since
I
you're
bet my
the
grandma will live longer than your grandma.
change the
Well,
subject.
one of my grandmas died of cancer in 2010.
Change the
both my
subject.
grandmas.
Change the subject.
I knew her for 3 years.
All right, guys, change the subject. Since you're the only one who else has watched this, and I can't talk to anybody else about it. The Boys. What have you thought about season 4 so far? No spoilers.
I love it. I love it.
No
love it.
spoilers.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I have a.
I think it's not as good as season 3. I think season 3 was peak of The Boys.
I knew it. See, other people.
If you
agree.
didn't know Frenchie was bi, you're dumb. Literally,
he mentioned it at the first season.
Yeah.
He don't discriminate. Dudes, women.
he's just like,
He'll
dude,
clap
if you
them all.
didn't know that, I think it's kind of ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know that.
What do you mean you didn't know that?
How?
I didn't know that. Bro, you didn't know
Frenchie is
the one
my
lady had
favorite
the blood
character because
powers.
he's just doing drugs and fucking whoever.
Yeah,
And I'm
no,
like,
I knew he was
what a
doing
man.
but no, it's the one.
What a man. I think personally, to each their own. I'm not dissing her for doing it, but the actress who plays Starlight with the plastic surgery, it hurts. I don't like people. I don't like the look plastic surgery gives people. Of course, it was her choice.
Exactly.
And that's fine.
I just don't think it. They're trying to look pretty. I just don't think it's the pretty they're looking for.
And it's fine if she's happy. She's
Sammy,
happy.
did you even notice she did plastic surgery?
When?
Starlight.
When?
She started at season 3.
Not particularly. I was looking somewhere else.
Oh.
Where?
Herogasm.
I'm looking at MM this season. He looks
Dude.
great.
Dude, he shaved
Bro.
his beard. He has the stash, the porn.
Yo!
Hey, but it's okay. It's okay though,
That's
because
hype.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are so pressed about that. You can literally it introduces it. It's been a little bit since the last season. They
Yeah.
make that very clear.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who do you think Black Noir is? Are they going to take a comic book?
I hope they don't
No,
take comic book.
they won't. They won't. Because
Ah.
if they do the comic book, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
I think if anything, they're gonna make Billy Butcher become the villain. at the end.
Especially if you watch season 4, you know, or the last episode of episode 4, you'd kind of.
I've like 20 more minutes of it, dude.
You'll see.
I left it for this.
You'll
So
see.
I love you.
You'll see. You'll see.
Thanks, man.
We should definitely talk about it next time you're here.
The Boys is a great show.
It's a great
Invincible
show.
is a great show.
Invincible is great. Part 2.
Still yet to watch.
Waiting for it.
Invincible.
Part 2 of season 2.
Of Invincible?
No, it's not out. It comes out in November.
What? No.
What has
Yes.
he been watching?
What have you been watching?
No.
Have you been watching the spoof version?
Did you get it early? Early access?
Did you get early access?
Because you were gone.
Because only 5 or 4 episodes got released for Invincible.
Just look it up. The whole season's out right now for season 2.
Oh, see, yeah, okay, yeah. Season 2 is out. I watched it all. Sorry. Season 3 comes out in November.
Okay, yeah. I was
Okay.
like, what the frick are you on, dude?
I call it part 2 because they ended it weird. No, The Boys. It's the last season, which a lot of people.
No, last season. Next season's the last season.
No, this season is.
I thought they were doing 5 seasons.
They
That's
posted
what the
on-
guy
They
said.
posted it on their gram
When?
a few weeks ago. This is the last season of The Boys.
I thought it was last season. Or next season was the
Nope.
last season.
Everybody gets on their phone.
Yeah, dude. Fuck you.
They're building up to it. It's gonna be the last season.
Okay.
Season 4 is the
Season
last
5.
season.
Oi, officially back. That's what their theme says.
Anywhere I'm seeing it just says season 5. Tell me season 5 at Amazon.
This is its last season.
Season 5 will be the final season. Always my plan. I just had to be cagey till I got the final okay from Vought. Thrilled to bring the story to a gory, epic, most climax. Watch season 4 in 2 days, because the end has begun.
Let me.
Yeah,
what
he's-
post is that?
Yeah, we'll post that.
I don't have Instagram, so I just searched it up, and that's just what came up.
Who's cum dumpster?
Whoa! Stop!
Who is
Stop.
it?
Stop!
Who is it?
Stop!
I'll answer.
No!
Tell me who it is. Who the fuck it is?
Bro, no.
Pussy.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it
Who?
is. It's
Don't say it.
Say it. Say
Please.
it. Say
I
it,
won't
say
say
it,
his name
say
on
it.
the
I'll
pod.
tell you afterwards.
I won't say his name.
I will tell you afterwards. Hey! that.
Okay. Okay. Give me back
Okay.
my phone. Freak.
No, I heard it from the cast members and the
Who's
director.
Eric Kripe?
They're gonna bring it to an end.
I think you're wrong.
I
I think
also
it's season
believe-
5.
Well, it's because
I think season 4 and season 5 are going together, kind
Yeah.
of. But I think they're breaking it up so they can
yeah.
release it
I just
not all in one go.
the director said it best.
Uh-huh.
Some shows when they go into these later seasons, they overstay their welcome.
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna get a lot of shade for this one. Supernatural,
I've never watched it, so
14 seasons.
Wait,
Did it
hold
need
on.
to be 14 seasons?
No, probably not.
Breaking Bad. I'm
Whoa,
sorry. I'm
whoa,
sorry.
Whoa, no.
Come
no,
at
no,
me.
no,
Come
no,
at
no.
me.
Breaking Bad was beautiful.
But it could have ended at season 4.
It could have ended at season 4.
How many seasons was there?
5. I don't think season 5 was needed. In my beautiful.
I think it kind of like.
I love the branch off films.
I watched the El Camino. Good.
I've never watched it. I heard it's great.
I've never watched Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch Better Call Saul.
I watched one episode. I was like, But The Boys, I feel like a lot of people are, starting to overstay its welcome.
I don't think it's overstaying its welcome yet. I think they're perfectly ending it.
So
I think they're at a good spot.
After season 2, people are like,
Why
you're
season 2?
you're just because since season 1 they've been hinting at killing Homelander every single season.
Yeah.
At the end of season 2, it was like in every single episode. They're like, okay, you're hinting at it, but you're not doing anything towards the kill Homelander.
And then
it
season beautifully brings it in with season 3 where they finally get the means to kill him, and then he chooses his promise to his wife who's dead over killing him, and then season 4 is dealing with that.
I think they should have just killed him.
Plus, with the involvement with Gen V.
Dude, I genuinely think
Gen V.
Gen V's super good.
It's so good. It's sad because I don't know how they're going to do next season.
One dude died, yeah.
Yeah, and the bicycle accident.
Very sad, very
sad. Motor accident. Okay,
bicycle accident.
By the way,
he was cycling and
my favorite character still is Soldier Boy, and the only reason why I watched that is because I saw him in one of the.
My favorite character is Jordan from Gen V.
Jordan,
bro,
is it that the?
Is that you think she's hot?
Oh yeah,
I think both of them are hot. The girl actress and the boy actress. Hey, I don't swing both ways. I
But
I look at that dude.
Him.
I look at that dude and I go, "That's an attractive man. That is a beefcake."
The show caught me really off guard. Their first episode, Golden Boy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I saw that.
And by the way, I'm not saying spoiler warning. It's been out for 2 years now.
Crazy
or a
when
year.
they killed what's his bucket's character straight off? Arnold's son.
What?
I'm trying to think.
The actress is a Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I know.
I can't remember the freaking character's name or the actor's name.
It's
Golden Boy.
And
what was his actual name?
Yeah, Golden Boy.
Oh, he died? Okay.
He committed.
Okay, yeah, no.
He flew up into the sky.
Oh, you have me cooked. Okay, what do you... Okay, we're good.
But I feel like that one had a little bit better writing than The Boys, in my opinion.
That one threw me off.
It was weird. The noir part, people are thinking that noir is, the super strong one.
Yeah, but he's not acting like Sam.
Exactly, right? But
the dude who's talking, I think he might get replaced with him because you see him in the trailer for season 4. I think that he will get replaced with him because they have a very similar power set.
Yeah.
But I think right now it's someone else.
Yeah.
What if it's just not a superhero? It's just some random dude.
They're hinting that he's... Yeah.
Is it?
They're hinting that he's goofing up already.
And one of the worst part, or one of the gory parts of the series...
Best part?
The baseball bats. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not doing that with a baseball bat. Let's just put it that way.
Listen, I haven't seen season 4. My fault. My fault.
Oh, you want us to wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting hungry. My food's at home.
All right. Thanks for listening to us. Nathan, thank you for joining us.
And I won't take Jake the exit.
Sorry?
What?
Let me.
Oh, you go ahead.
Real quick. Sorry for having your interview turn into something else. But
it was an interview for an hour and 15 minutes.
Let's Tank podcast.
It's pretty good.
End it.
Okay, you ready?
Yep, go ahead. Shoot it.
I'm Nathan. I was the guest on the Let's Hang podcast. Best podcast ever. Your hosts, Jack and Sam, will be here next time. I might not be. But thanks for listening. If you think I'm dumb, then cry about it.
Yeah, you can listen to us on anything. Spotify, Apple Music, all of the above. We post every Wednesday and Sunday. Yep.
Because we're super cool.
Yes, since we're super cool. All right.
Thanks for listening. Have a glorious rest of your day or night. If it's too late, go to bed.
Or you can stay up listening to us.
Don't. Bro, sleep is very important.
Not really.
Not really.
Okay,
Especially
yes,
if
it
you're
is.
young. Especially our audience is 18 to 24.
Definitely get your sleep in at that age. Do not think that you don't need sleep. You are not him. I am him. And I need the sleep.
You're a redhead.
Yeah,
You're not
he's a
him,
redhead.
you're not him.
I am
You're not
him.
him.
See, where I have no
You
soul,
stole
I
my-
don't.
you
I
stole
don't
my
need sleep.
soul.
You know, I have no soul. Shut
That
up.
means I don't need sleep.
Shut up.
I am him.
You're wearing a Little Caesars shirt.
You're wearing a Pokemon shirt.
Pokemon's cool.
Well, Caesars is cool. I don't know, bro.
Nathan, thank you for coming
Have
on
you
to
seen the medical kit?
podcast. I hope you have a
Thank
wonderful
you for
day.
having me.
Bye bye, viewers.
Yeah, that's
Bye.
right. You freaking son of a